Madam Secretary,
Yes.
may we begin?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you to the regular meeting of the Chicago Board of Public Safety. You could stand for a pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
A roll call.
Richard Morrisroe,
Present.
Thomas Davis,
Present.
Richard Tremzinski.
Present.
The minutes, we have minutes for both the April 9th and April 23rd meetings. Would someone like to move that we accept these?
I shall move.
I second the motion.
Roll call.
Richard Morrisroe,
Accept.
Thomas Davis,
Accept.
Richard Tremzinski.
Accept.
Any correspondence, Madam Secretary?
No, there is not.
We'd like to invite Chief Perez to come forward and to update us on the fire department.
Good evening, gentlemen. I come before you this evening to submit my monthly absentee equipment, training, and fire prevention reports and request that they be accepted as submitted.
Is there anything special you'd like to highlight?
Well, we are very close to coming before you for approval of the hiring of the 6 new firefighters, maybe a meeting or two away.
I'm sure they're very anxious also.
And I'm sure they are.
What, is it the Fire Civil Service Commission?
No, the Board of Safety will be the one that actually does the approval for hiring.
What are the steps to be taken as to why it
Well,
might
right
be
now,
two
yeah,
meetings?
we're submitting, the local pension board helps the chief in processing the firefighters with their physicals, polygraphs, psychologicals, and then we'll gather all the information, we'll package it together, we'll send it to the state pension board, and then upon their approval, we'll be able to come and ask for approval to actually hire them.
There are certain eligibility criteria that
Yes, there
each
is.
pension board has to look at?
Absolutely. It's particularly health-wise. Physicals is the main, psychological and physical is the important thing with them.
And you're saying it may not be the June meeting, maybe the July meeting?
I'm really hoping for the June meeting. We have, the only thing left is the polygraph, and that'll be conducted here next week. So all depending on when that gets back to me from the administrator, and I can package it together with, our local pension board is fantastic. We can call a meeting at a moment's notice and package it together and send it downstate. But then we're at the mercy of the state pension board.
And
So-
since the state administers, these are all under the state pension program.
That is correct. That is correct. Police and fire are governed by the State Public Employee Retirement Fund, the PERF, and we can only be hired with their approval.
Do you still, could you give me a guesstimate as to the number of firefighters or their widows who are still being covered by the old city-administered pension plan?
Oh, the last number I heard was 99,
Wow.
and I just checked that out. Excuse me, I just checked on that regarding another pension issue last month.
It's a very large number, actually. And you have how many active?
Primarily widows, I would think. Probably 2/3 of that is widows, from my understanding.
Do they all receive approximately the same amount?
No, they do
Monthly?
not. A widow actually receives half of a pensioner's pension.
If the pensioner's wife has died, does the pensioner still receive the full amount?
I believe not. I believe that it ceases upon, there's no.
I mean, the firefighter himself is living.
Oh,
His
yeah,
wife
yeah.
has died.
Yes, now I understand your question. The firefighter receives the amount whether his wife lives.
full
or
amount.
not. Yes,
And they have to have been married at the time he retired, I presume.
yeah.
So if his first wife dies and he marries a second, she,
First wife may be entitled to a part of that pension.
well, I am aware of that from
Yeah.
handling dissolution problem cases, yes.
Yes.
Well, thank you. That's my question.
All right.
No, I have none.
I have none for you, Chief.
Thank you very much.
Does our council have any question? All right, thank you, and we'll entertain a motion to accept these reports.
I make a motion to accept the reports.
I second that motion.
Roll call,
Richard Morrisroe,
accept.
Thomas Davis,
Accept.
Richard Tremzinski.
Accept.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Chief. We had word from the fire, from our police chief, that he had hoped to be here this evening. We'll try to check on that as to what happened. And meanwhile, thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. Are there anything else, any old business or new business?
No, there is none.
Our next meeting is to be the 28th, is that correct? May 28th?
Yes, that is correct.
And so we'll look forward to the 28th of May. Roll call for, to adjourn.
Richard Morrisroe,
Adjourn.
Thomas Davis,
Adjourn.
Richard Tremzinski.
Adjourn.
Thanks again.
Okay.
I'll talk with you about that.
Yes, please. You'll see